guys. We are so excited for this live tonight. We have not seen you guys. We haven't been on live in a hot minute.
But this one's going to be worth the wait.
Yes, absolutely. We are joined tonight by one of our dearest friends of, you just said 15 years.
It's like almost 15 years, right?
Like, that's crazy that we've been friends so long. I love it. I love it. But Dr. Sridharan is here to join us this evening. Now, mind you, you guys know that we often have veterinarians on here, and we interview a lot of beautiful, amazing veterinarians. We have never yet had a human doctor on our page. So we are very blessed and humbled today that you would join us for this very special event.
Well, to be clear, I do want to say every doctor that we've had on, every veterinarian is human.
Correct. Because every time I heard that, right, it just makes me laugh because I'm like, are these doctors, the vets that you're seeing, are dogs and cats or what?
No,
that's people practitioner.
People practitioner. There you go.
Yes.
So there's a very good chance that everyone joining us tonight is probably not familiar with you. So could you share an introduction of who you are and a little bit about your background for everyone joining us?
Yes,
absolutely. Please. Thank you for having me. This is exciting, and yes, I love everything that you have actually done with the two crazy cat ladies for all these years. I love you both. It's amazing. And I'm actually surprised that this is the first time we are doing this, for knowing each other for so long, but it's wonderful that it's happening right now. So a little bit about me. I am sure people can hear my accent. I'm from India. I am a people doctor, but I'm a holistic kind of a people doctor. So I'm not a conventional medical doctor. I'm a naturopathic physician. I used to practice in Vegas, and now I practice in Texas, and I treat everything naturally. So I have a holistic perspective for everything, just like you do for cats. And we understand that just like cats, food, its habits, our behaviors, like human behaviors, all of this contributes to something that's deeper than what we actually see. And if we address the root cause of the problem, then we can fix the problem. We can heal the problem, and we can heal the human being.
Absolutely. Or the cat.
Yes. Yes. And the cat.
So I'm really excited that you are here because we've been working for I want to say like a year or two even on coming up with this awesome remedy for cat people who are allergic to cats, right? So we have so many people that come to us and they're like, oh my gosh, I live on Claritin or, some other over-the-counter medication. I'm allergic to my cats, but I love them so much. We have, even certain veterinarians that are just, they love cats and they have cats, but they're highly allergic.
Wow.
People that are like, I really want a cat. I love cats, but I'm allergic. Right. And then we have what I'm really excited about are people, because the holiday season is coming up. The holiday season is upon us, really. But so many people that want to invite their families over, they want to host Christmas dinner or Thanksgiving or, some type of holiday celebration. And they can't because their family member is allergic to cats. And so, or several family members are allergic to cats. So you have created this amazing natural remedy that can help people get off of Claritin and all this stuff and things to help people naturally be able to be, I don't know what the word is. I mean, it's immunotherapy, but immunized.
Immunized.
That's right.
Yes.
From their cats, right?
Let the doctor speak.
Yeah. Immune to their, cats, dander, and all of the things that comes with it. So before I even go into it, it's kind of interesting that you mentioned that because two people that I saw today, one actually mentioned about she has a cat and she's been having asthma. And I just started seeing her recently and she never mentioned that until today. What is the perfect timing, right? So she said that, I am allergic to my cat, but I have a cat. And so I just take an antihistamine, and I take albuterol, especially in certain seasons. And I was like, oh my gosh, we don't need to do that anymore. And so then the point goes, but she said, oh, but I actually have done some shots. And it really, seemed to not have worked because I did it for so long. I still am allergic to the cat. So the question is then, why do we even have allergy to the cat? Why is that first we actually have that? That's something that we need to understand in order for us to be able to remedy the problem. So the reason why people are allergic to their cat or their dog is really because their immune system is hypervigilant. And why would our immune system be hypervigilant? So for all of your viewers and our viewers rather, that we have to understand that our immune system is primarily in our gut as well as in our lymphatic system. And if you are someone who actually has gut issues, then it's very important that you address that. Just like how it's important for cats to eat a good, healthy diet, the same thing is true for humans as well. So if our diet isn't clean and if our gut isn't really clean and moving properly and having proper bowel movements and not having bloating and gas, these are all important for a healthy gut. And if any of you suffer from that, along with it, you have cat allergy, it would mean that the problem really lays in your gut and not really with your cat.
Yes. Well, and let me ask you this, because I know you're going to have the best answer to this. So if you do have a hypervigilant or overreactive immune system, right, and you're taking these over-the-counter chemical medications to how does that affect the gut health?
Can we time out for 1 second? Because no one is going to be able to focus until this beautiful boy is introduced.
Oh, Dorito.
Dorito, that's his name. His name is Dorito, and I adopted him last year. He is such a sweetheart. I love him. He's a year old, and he loves his mama. He loves and follows me wherever I go. And I named him Dorito because it's so fun.
It is so fun. Rob said, love the orange gargoyle on the chair. I was having a hard time focusing. So back to Jay's question. For everyone that is on over-the-counter medications for allergies or even pharmaceuticals for allergies, what is that? What kind of impact can that have on the gut?
So before I go to that, I just have to say this. Don't eat Dorito. That's the reason why I named my cat Dorito. It's not good for your gut or for cat allergies. So,
darn it. And that darn red 40, it's gotten it.
Yes. And that's the reason why, when people say, oh my God, you don't even eat Dorito, doctor. Why do you name your cat Dorito? Because I don't want to eat Dorito.
Yeah, I'm not going to eat my cat.
Exactly. So anyways, a great question. The answer is that when you do take an antihistamine, so histamine is our friend. It's not our enemy. And I know a lot of people think of it as, oh my God, but I am miserable. How can it be my friend? It's because our body is talking with us. It's actually trying to tell us that there is something going on internally, that it's trying to explain to us that this is not okay for me. And histamine is a way for us to protect ourselves. For example, when we have pollen, or even when we actually even taken cat hair or cat dander, it is a foreign body, and our body needs to know the difference between my own cells and something that's coming from outside. That is not me, and it needs to know the difference. So there is a little bit of histamine production. It's normal. There is nothing abnormal about it. But when you have hypervigilance system, then what it does is it produces way too much of histamine, and that's when we are miserable. And when we take antihistamines, we shut the immune system up. And we create an environment where the immune system is going to keep going from a whisper to a little bit of a louder sound, eventually to a scream. And whatever we are trying to stop, like for example, the cat dander or pollen or grass, whatever it is that you're allergic to, that we don't really want it to go into our lungs. And so that's the reason why many of the symptoms are upper respiratory for a lot of people. And so if it is not allowed to express itself, or if we don't heal it, then it will actually go deeper into your lungs, and a lot of people will have bronchitis and pneumonia or asthma even.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. That's crazy.
And really the point is we want our immune system to function and react,
Yes.
not be hyper vigilant necessarily, but we want it to be working.
But every time we take these things that basically quiet the immune system or suppress the immune system, it suppresses it a little bit more, right? So then, like you said, it ends up screaming. It goes from a whisper to a scream. I love the way that you described that, because then because it makes it a little bit weaker. So then it's trying to, okay.
If we don't listen, right, our body never shuts up. And that's the most amazing thing about it. I love human bodies and cat bodies because they never stop telling us. They keep telling us in different ways until we listen.
Yes.
So when people are allergic to cats, I think that, like you said a couple minutes ago, there are probably other things that they're noticing about
their
overall system that may be a little off balance. And I love so much, you're the human doctor, you're a people practitioner. You are human, fully human. But we talk about this so much with veterinarians, just how when we have that overreaction of the immune system, we need to be looking at what is the root cause of that. So I think it's really important for people to understand, if they are allergic to cats. Have you seen, I saw a comment here a minute ago.
Somebody said they switched foods.
Switching foods has really helped that allergy. Do you, from the people practitioner standpoint, have an idea why that may be?
Of course, because naturally, if the cat is eating a very inflammatory diet, something that creates inflammation in its body, then it's actually giving out the same thing. We actually, humans, produce pheromones, and cats do certain kinds of chemicals too, along with the dander. So they're secreting things. And even, think about our human poop, right? And my people would understand this about me because I talk about poop way too much. So anyways, but it's true. It's another way the body talks to us, right? So human poop shouldn't smell horrible. So it's an elimination, but it tells us what is happening internally and what we are putting inside. The same thing is true for the cats as well. Their elimination, their body secretions is what we are reacting to. If their body secretion isn't inflammatory, then we are not going to react to it as much.
Absolutely. I just did a cat tip the other day on the smell of your cat's shit. It was amazing. I love it.
You did too.
Well, but talking about the diet,
I love that you went right there.
We went from, feeding our cats. We went from feeding our cats a dry a dry kibble diet. It is high in starch and carbs, and it will be an inflammatory diet, right? So this comment here said switch to wet food and it stopped the allergies because we took away many of those carbohydrates and that inflammation, as you're saying, and that's why certain diets can actually work.
Yes.
I don't necessarily like the diets that are meant for this. They do make some kibble diets that are meant to stop the dander, but for the long history, just for you cat parents, so for the longevity of your cat's life, we do not recommend those because it's not giving your cats every bit of nutrients that they need to live the long, healthy, happy life. It might help you live with them for a few years happily, but it's not going to help them live or thrive in life.
Well, and I do want to piggyback on that. I mean, when you're talking
getting
about
really close to me, like why are
you taking up the whole couch?
Is it
Dr. Sridharan, please. I do want.
I'm glad I'm actually sitting further away and see we don't fight.
Yeah, you guys are good. But I do want to address the fact that a lot of people do think that it's like just the dander, the cat fur. What I find is interesting is that it's actually a protein within the cat that most people are reactive to. And because cats spend 40% of their waking hours grooming themselves, their saliva, which is where that protein is excreted, is then all over their fur, which is why people think they're allergic to cat hair. Right. And that is not necessarily the thing, but how brilliant. I love that, holistic health is so illuminating, whether you're a people practitioner or whether you're working with animals. Inflammatory diets being one of those things that really, once it's eliminated for us and for them, can help reduce so many of these things that our bodies are reacting to because they're trying to tell us.
Yes. And even in body odor, human body odor, it's the same exact thing. Just like we're talking about cats, the same exact thing. So all of these are signs. And so, yes, if you already figured out that giving a better diet to your cat actually helps, then you understand that.
Yeah. Oh my God. Okay. I really want to talk about this remedy because it is so exciting that there is another option
Yes.
for cat parents, or for people that want to be cat parents, or for cat people who want to invite people over to their house.
Right.
But we have so many questions about it. We're very excited, but we have many questions about it. First, how did you come up with it? What's in it? What is it?
I mean, I guess, if you're in practice for a long period of time, just like, how you guys have been doing this for a long time, you start questioning things, right? Oh, why is this person having this? Or why is this cat having this? What does this behavior? And then you start paying attention and you start noticing things and learning from it. And that's exactly what happened for me. I started, I had patients with asthma, a lot of them, especially children. And these kids, they were allergic to pretty much everything under the sun, and on top of it, animals. But they loved animals and they couldn't really have animals. And that made me thinking as to why would this be. And we were already doing immunotherapy with other things like grass, pollen, and all those other stuff, right? So I realized that if that is the same way for other things, why wouldn't we do the same immunotherapy for cat dander and cat saliva? And then we would actually have a solution for these people, and they can actually love on cats and adopt cats and be happy with their cats.
And what have you seen? Especially, I love that it was kids that really was kind of the inspiration for this, because there's nothing more, I don't know, cathartic really than watching a child connect with an animal, with a pet companion. What have you seen in your practice as you treat these patients?
So naturally, I treat as a holistic way. So I don't usually say to people, okay, so if you have cat allergies, the only thing that you need is this. I never say that, because there's always so many layers as to why they even got to that point. And we need to always address the gut, the diet, and all of that. But then once we actually start doing the immunotherapy, then they can actually be around cats. They don't have asthma anymore. And some people who actually used to not be even able to go to another person's house because they owned a cat, and they would immediately have an asthma attack after being there for 5 minutes, now can go and play with the cats and eventually even get their own cats. And that has been very rewarding, that they could do that.
I love this. Okay, so talk a little bit about what is actually in the formula and what makes it work.
So this is what the product looks like. Yes, that is the product, and that's me, but not with burrito. That's a white cat, So, but anyway, so this actually has cat dander and saliva protein, and it also has alcohol and glycerin in it. So we need to be able to, it actually has very little amount of alcohol and glycerin that just acts as a preservative, so that you can actually keep it on a shelf for long periods of time. Because I don't really like any kind of preservatives that can harm us, right? Minimal amounts of glycerin and alcohol doesn't do that. It's pretty inert, and it doesn't cause us any harm. And so that's what it has. So what we have done is we have actually taken a small amount of it, and it has been diluted, and what we call as potentization, which means that you kind of get out the energetic aspect of that cat dander, not the cat dander itself. We don't even give the cat dander, we give the cat dander's energetic aspect of it. And so then it kind of creates an imprint in the person who's taking it. And over a period of time, this imprints, and also because you're taking it orally, your body actually thinks of it as food. So then the immune system doesn't react to it like crazy, because it doesn't necessarily come from all the other areas that it naturally comes through, which is your nose or your mouth or your skin, but it actually comes through your mouth. So which means that your body starts realizing that, okay, this is normal. This is not something that I need to be hyper vigilant about. This is okay.
Wow. And how much does one need to take? And two, how long does it take to
question at a time?
How much should one take?
So it's typically, for example, somebody who has mild cat allergies would only have to take it 1 dropper full, which is 30 drops. Or if, let's say, they want to actually do this process a little bit faster, then 2 dropper fulls is what we recommend, 1 in the morning and 1 at night. And that way, what they're doing is they're kind of teaching their body that, hey, look at this is food. I'm just eating it. I'm consuming it. Everything is okay. Everything is okay. So that the immune system can learn this. And we are not really it's not like an antihistamine. That's very important to understand. So which means that it's not going to act as soon as you actually go near a cat. And if you are severely allergic and you don't take an antihistamine, it's not going to react immediately, because it's not an antihistamine. What we are essentially doing is we are teaching your body not to react to this. And this is going to take a little bit of time. Typically, people will start noticing changes in their reaction and needing less medication after a month's time of taking it.
Okay. Wow. So you answered my second question. See,
Yeah.
I know.
you just
You're
read my
already on
mind.
top of it. So really it is, this is something that I think about with the holidays coming up and so many people being like, oh no, we can't come over, allergic to cats, right?
Yes.
This is something that we would want to get for them
Now.
now so that they have a month of immunotherapy and they
Yes.
can start seeing that
Yes.
difference.
Yes.
Yeah. And
That's
there are
amazing.
and what's cool about this is there are no side effects. It's not like, hey, I'm going to send all my family members a Claritin, a pack of Claritin or something, so that when they come, they can pop pills, but and hopefully be okay. This is something where they're training themselves to
Their own
be,
bodies.
And is this a long-term thing? So if, say, I was highly allergic to cats and I needed to start taking this, and I start taking it a month or even 2 in advance, and then is it something that then I'm not going to be around cats till next holiday season, right? Is it something that I need to continue to take to train, or is it something that like eventually is kind of like you've trained, your body has trained itself?
Typically, if you're also paying attention to other things, other cues from your body, then it's one and done kind of a thing.
Awesome.
Okay, but of course you have to also learn and listen to these cues, and that's what is so important, and that's the most amazing part about it, that even your cat is telling you to pay attention to your health.
Yes.
And if you do pay attention to your health, then you can actually heal from within and not only just enjoy your cat but enjoy your own health.
I love that.
Yeah.
Karen Denny Smith, our beautiful friend and animal communicator, asked, will this also help with allergies to dogs?
So this specific product will not, but we do actually have one for dogs as well as other animals, like all kinds of guinea pigs and things like that. There is another product that we have that will help with that. But this specific one is for cats because a lot of people, especially with asthma, bronchitis, or hives even, have specific cat allergies.
Yes.
So this will be stronger for them to have that effect quickly rather than something that's diluted with many different things.
Right. Yeah.
Perfect.
And that's what I love is that you made it specific to cat allergies, because we know so many dog people, right, that they're like, love cats, allergic to cats. So much to the point where we're like, whatever. I think that's becoming an excuse. I think it's a lie. I think people just say they're allergic to cats because they don't actually like cats, or they haven't been around cats enough to understand them.
And the most amazing part about this is that even though I actually did this for somebody else, it actually helped my own daughter. So my daughter was allergic to cats.
Poor Dorito.
Yes, not this one though. I mean, before this, I cured her of that because my sister actually has an indoor-outdoor cat. And that cat, so she went to Chicago and literally, I mean, her eyes were swollen up and red and she was tearing up. And literally within 30 minutes of being in that house, she would start having it.
Oh.
And that's when I realized she had cat allergies because I had cats. I used to foster cats and she never had reactions to it at that point in time. But then when we actually went there, that's when I realized. And that's when I also realized how much her lymphatic system wasn't functioning well, how much water she wasn't drinking. Again, all of these are cues for us to recognize these things and correct those things. And then, of course, we did the immunotherapy for her as well. And, now we can actually have Dorita.
Oh,
and he's the one who's so attached to him as well. She carries him around all the time like her, purse.
Like her purse.
Like her purse. This is my cat purse.
I love that. Pam Rousseau at Perfectly Holistic is here. She said homeopathic remedies are awesome. Yeah. I think this is so exciting to actually have something that, it's like the crossover solution for people that do really love cats and they suffer through allergies to do whatever it is that they need to do or to care for the cats in their home. And I feel like this is amazing for them, but also for everyone that feels like it's just not in the cards for me because I am, as your daughter was, highly allergic, really reactive to being around cats. Yeah. I had another question for you. Where to go? Sorry, I'm rambling.
I did too, and I just forgot it.
Well, I wanted to ask you about this though, because we've been
real quick for everybody listening. I just want to say the link is in the description
yeah.
of this post right now, so you guys can go and click there, and if it will take you directly to the cat allergy immunotherapy. But if you, if as she said, there's other remedies, so you can search around her amazing website for, dog allergy, whatever other thing, lots of information. And she has an app. I think we should talk about the app at some point too.
I do as well. So pinky that, but I wanted to ask because we've been close friends for so many years, and we really admire your work. You are obviously our go-to when we're having issues, right? And I know that being in natural health or being in holistic medicine, really encouraging people to look at that avenue. We do realize that there's a bridge to kind of build between natural approaches and conventional medicine. And I wanted to kind of get your take on what that's like in the people practice. You are you totally dodged all of your degrees and everything at the top, because I don't know how much education you have and your doctorates and all of that. But do you see that same kind of dynamic between practicing holistic health?
Absolutely. The thing is that I think, there is nothing that's wrong with anything. I think we just need to be wise about when we choose what. And that's what it is.
About when we choose what.
Yes.
I agree.
Well said.
And that's what it is. So, conventional medicine is great for emergencies. I tell my patients all the time, if you're having a heart attack, don't come to me, don't call me. I can't help you at that time because you need an emergency. If you're in an accident, go to the hospital. If you actually have a bullet through your body, go to the hospital. Don't come to me for those things. But if you have a chronic disease, that is not something that conventional medicine is going to be able to help you with. At that point in time, that's when you actually come to somebody like me, because it actually has to do with everything that we do, whether it is physically, emotionally, spiritually, the abuse that we do to ourselves or the abuse that we take from others, that actually causes those chronic diseases. And we need to remedy those things, and we need to heal those things. And any kind of band-aid isn't going to solve their problem.
The symptomatic care approach, I think that's the thing. And I feel like so many people find us or a resource that we have found that we can point them in a direction of, because they're at the end of their conventional medicine road. Right. I know that when you were practicing here in Las Vegas, you were a very busy doctor. Have you seen?
Mind you, I just want to do a quick shout out for myself, because at the beginning of Two Crazy Cat Ladies, we were like working side jobs and things like that. I actually worked for Dr. Sridharan for almost a year.
Yes.
She had
you worked with me. You made my life easy.
Well, that's my job.
Yes.
Very good at that.
And you did a fantastic job. So
it's so awesome. It was so awesome too, though, working with you, because I got to see so much of I've never really seen the holistic human health side of anything. We learned first. A lot of people learn first in the human world and then take it to their animals. Right. We learned first in the animal world and never really met anyone. We obviously, common sense put it to, the human perspective too, but never met anyone that was practicing in holistic health for people. And so to hear so many and I learned so many new, homeopathy in general, I didn't even know about until you. And and now we practice it with our cats all the time. It's fabulous. It's fabulous.
Yes. Right. And I actually had to do the opposite of it, because for me, I really didn't, know anything about animals until I had my own animals. And it's so funny because sometimes my patients come up to me and they're like, okay, can you treat my dog? I'm like, oh, I'm not a vet, but they're like, please, how different can it be? It's this anatomy and physiology. But I'm like, I don't really know the anatomy and physiology of dogs and cats. Yet I said, okay, well, if you trust me enough, the principles are the same. The vital force or the life force that moves through us is the same thing. So, and I actually have ended up treating dogs and cats and, things like that. And so it was just funny that, I had to do that. But so I think there's a lot of parallels here.
There is. Yeah, absolutely.
I love it. So let's talk a little bit about, so I'm so excited that you have used your years of expertise and knowledge to create something that's so beneficial for those of us humans that love cats. And I think this is going to be so huge. I'm so excited for anyone that suffers from cat allergies to really experience this and to let it be an open door into their own holistic health. Like you said, listening to your body and understanding that it's always trying to tell you something and If you're allergic to cats, your cats are trying to tell you something as well about your health. But I do think that there's probably a lot of people that don't realize people doctors, human doctors, people doctors like you exist. So Jay had mentioned earlier you have an app. Can you share with everybody a little bit about your own practice? I know you're in Texas, but share a little bit about that, what the app is all about.
So I mean, my father was a doctor as well. So for me, this is what I knew. This is how I was raised. So growing up, I thought everybody actually lived like this. Like holistically, they actually treated the root cause of problems, and things like that. It was quite funny to recognize that that was not true for most people. They were like, "What is that?" And I'm like, "What do you mean by what is that? That's my life."
Especially here in the States.
Welcome to America.
Welcome to America.
And that's how it was. I mean, in Vegas, especially, right? Like nobody even knew what that meant. And I was like, wow. I mean, like I never thought that I would be educating people on this when it actually seems to make more sense to me.
Right.
But anyways, that's how it was for me. But then naturally, I learned that, okay, we need to really help people understand that their body, mind, and spirit are all talking with them and connected. And every symptom, whether it appears on the skin or anywhere else, is really a problem of the inside, and it's not really a problem of the outside. And no matter what we do outside isn't really going to fix the problem on the inside. And that has been an amazing thing. And I have a podcast which is called Live Healthy Naturally, and that podcast is all about what you guys do, education, right? And our Facebook page, my website, which is hygeiahomeopathy.com. And we also have an app that's also called Hygeia Homeopathy, and where I actually have protocols for human ailments. So, we actually suffer from so many different things. And that was another thing that I actually realized. Why don't people know about this? Because it's not really common knowledge. It's not, shouted, from the rooftops. It's not something that appears on the TV as ads. There's all kinds of commercials that comes for all kinds of drugs. And people know about these drugs because they see them again and again and again. And then they hear about that from their doctors. They hear about it from the pharmacy. They actually see ads for it in the pharmacy, all kinds of things. And homeopathy, many a times, and other herbs too, they are actually in the corner of somewhere. Unless you go to the aisle, you won't even see it. And even when you see it, it actually, you have no idea what is for what. So I started putting together protocols for all the acute ailments that people would have, whether it is fever, ear infections amongst children, sinusitis, food poisoning, anything that you can imagine that's acute. I have a remedy for you in there. And it's on our website, it's on our app, and it's free. Everybody can actually access it. And, if you go to Whole Foods or Sprouts or Natural Grocers or any of these natural food stores, you'll actually find these remedies for $10, less than $10. And you can a whole bottle, and you can take that and you'll start getting relief from it. And naturally, once you understand how it works and you see it working, then you naturally will choose that because it doesn't have any side effects. It actually strengthens your own immune system while you're trying to fight infections, rather than suppressing your immune system and making you more prone to another infection.
Oh my God, I'm so in love with you. I love you so much. Like even more tonight.
And we've experienced this.
But yeah, we've already,
with you.
I remember when you started, because this is a passion project for you. When you started this app, I remember, and you like sent it to me and you were like, check it and see. And I was like, oh my God, like you're actually giving all of this free information to so many people. Like you are opening up your practice to the world basically, because now everybody can have access to what do I need for all these very common ailments that many of us deal with. So bless you for that.
Well, and I do think you kind of hit the nail on the head as far as, we're inundated with pharmaceutical advertising. I think we're the only civilized country in the world that is allowed to advertise the way that we do for pharmaceutical drugs.
Yeah.
And I think the reason you don't see ads for natural health is because it's too cheap and easy.
Correct.
And we're too dumb to even look at it. And like Pete Russell just said, she said, it usually takes a crisis for people to step outside their comfort zone and research new tools and approaches before they look at holistic health remedies and resources.
Yep.
I love that you're making this available to us humans, us pet parents, us people, for our own health for free. That is...
Yes. I truly believe that. I mean, the reason why Tylenol exists in everybody's household is because, everybody knows it. And everybody knows that it works. But if I actually help people understand that belladonna will do the same job, and it'll do it even better without hurting your liver or without hurting your body and without undermining your immune system, then belladonna will be in every household. And if belladonna becomes a household item, then people are going to look at natural remedies and natural treatments as a source of, for everything.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I love that. Now, I forgot. So Kimberly just brought up the free shipping. So yeah, so I did put that also. So there is a code that you guys can use to get free shipping.
Kimberly's already shopping. She's like,
I know. She's like, wait, I'm going to go back to that live. She was already over on another website. But yes, there is the code free shipping. You can put all caps all together, free shipping, to get free shipping at checkout on the website. If there's an issue, she'll have it fixed in like 2 minutes. She's probably texting her IT team.
I am.
Just to make sure. It worked for me when I tested it the other day, but it was like a couple weeks ago. So maybe there was some, but so you guys can get free shipping, so you don't have to pay for shipping, and they will ship it to your door.
The code that she's getting, it says promo ended. So
I am just texting the IT guy right now, and he will take care of it. And if you can actually try it again in a couple hours, I think it should be absolutely fixed.
Perfect.
At the most, it might be any time, but I just want to give that time.
Within 2 hours is what he's definitely paid for.
Maybe
might be faster. Who knows? Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for this. 1, for creating this. 2, for just being the most amazing human on the planet. For creating your app, for being a resource for so many people that need this type of holistic care. You're just so amazing. You've always been amazing. I absolutely love you. Sorry. You're like, shut up and let me.
I know we were trying to keep this at 30 minutes, but I have to say, like, I really do feel like so many of us in the cat community are coming to realizations, like Pam was saying, because something's wrong with one of our beloved cats, right? And then we start realizing different things and stuff and things and different paths and things that actually work, that deal with root causes and not symptomatic care. And I almost feel like we need to do a follow-up with you just about your app.
Absolutely.
As like a little gift to all the humans in our community.
Yes.
So that they can kind of start helping themselves the ways that they're helping their cats.
And the better we take care of ourselves, the better we can take care of our cats too.
Absolutely. I mean, we all deserve, just like our cats deserve a healthy life, we deserve a healthy life, and we should give ourselves that gift, along with taking care of and loving our animals. And I think if we fill ourselves with health and love, then we can give more health and love to our,
100%. 100%.
This is
one other thing that I do want to mention here is that, like on the website, there are also courses for people taking care of themselves. So it's, all these protocols, and if they want to learn more, there is that as well. So there's just so many layers to all these things, right? So it's just about how much we want to invest in ourselves, and the more we want to invest in ourselves, we'll actually get, bounds of harvest.
Bounds of harvest.
I love you so much.
You are the best.
I love you both so much, because you guys have seriously, I mean, I have seen all the things that you do, and I'm always amazed at how you do all of those things. And I even have asked you for tips. I'm like, how do you do all these things on social media? My God, I can't keep up,
Oh, but you are rocking it on
you
social.
You are so rocking it.
When I see you on Reels on Facebook, or Instagram, I'm just like, my God, you are so soothing. You have been one of our best friends for so long, and we've always admired the work that you do, and you're always there for us when we need you. But you're so spot on. The ripple effect of who you are is just the most bright, beautiful thing. I'm so grateful you're in our lives. I'm so grateful to be able to share you with everyone here. I'm amazed. We're here to talk about this amazing new product that helps people who love cats not be allergic to them anymore. It's like, that's such a big thing, but the ripple effect of everything that you do is just so big and bright.
I know.
We're so grateful.
And I'm also super jealous because Sissy's here tonight, our executive director, and she gets to meet you in just a few days.
Well, tell everyone
She
if
gets
you're
to
in the
see you in just a few days.
if they're in the Dallas area, you have a retreat going on. Tell everyone a little bit about the retreat that
we have a
Sissy will be
retreat next Friday and Saturday, but the overnight retreat is sold out. So, but you can still join us for the day retreat. We still have only a few spots left. So if you are in the Dallas area, you can actually go to our holisticretreat.com. That's the website for that. It's all retreats we have. And again, it's another passion project for me. Just like all of these other things are, I mean, I think that's the thing, right? Between all of us, we have so much of passion for these things. We care deeply. Either whether we care about humans or whether we care about animals, we care deeply. And from that comes all of these things. So the Goddess Retreat is all about, it's for women, obviously. It's a Goddess Circle retreat. And all those who actually, identify as women. And so that is specifically for that reason where so many of us don't recognize our own beauty. And we don't really, come into that and heal ourselves. We are always about giving to others, right? Women in general, we have a tendency to give, nourish, nurture. Fantastic. That's wonderful. Now let's also focus on ourselves. Let's nourish and nurture. So I am wanting to hold space and nurture and nourish all these beautiful women.
I love it so much.
If you're in the Dallas area, go get nurtured and nourished.
And there's only a few spots left. So absolutely do that.
Sissy's going to be there.
Dr. Sridharan, thank you. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. And thank you everybody who joined for joining us tonight. Again, the link is in the description here, both on Facebook and YouTube. So click and check it out. Free shipping is the coupon code to use to get free shipping on your order. And then let us know what you think. And we will have Dr. Sridharan back very soon. We love you.
Thank you. And I really love doing this. And yes, we'll do it again. I really appreciate everybody joining and asking questions and sharing your comments. Thank you so much. Thank you for all the love. And I will see you soon, Jennifer.
Jealous.
We're so jealous.
Love you.
Bye.